Alright, so how y'all doing, boys? Hope you're doing well. Now in today's video, we are back with more Traitor Meliodas showcases. Now, usually when a new unit comes out, I do usually make it a top priority to do at least one showcase with them alongside LUDOCIEL, him just being one of my more favorite units to showcase with. But usually when using the LUDOCIEL team, I usually like to use him, well, pretty much his best team is alongside the Halloween Gotha, and then just the third unit being the unit of your choice. But with the way that Meliodas works and the fact that, evade food's pretty common nowadays, I do kind of want to try and throw out as many cards as possible to proc that, and with the fact that Escanor is just an absolute single target card, I figured this might actually be a better team than the LUDOCIEL, Halloween Gotha, and then, your DPS unit. So, we are going to use them alongside Escanor. Just jumping over to the gear here. Pretty decent rolls, they aren't completely maxed out, and jumping over to the closet, we have him pretty much maxed out as well alongside the Holy Relic. If you guys don't actually know what the Holy Relic does, the hero ignores 30% of the enemy's defense when using a skill in PvP. If it had been defense related stats, he would just be completely busted. I feel like even with like Meliodas and King being out, he would still be the best unit in the game. But if you guys don't know what the Meliodas does, his first card here inflicts amplified damage equal to 450% of attack on one enemy. The second card inflicts pierce damage equal to 250% of attack on all enemies. The ultimate removes buffs and stances from all enemies. The ultimate removes buffs and stances from all enemies. Removes buffs and stances from all enemies, then decreases all stats by 10% for 2 turns. Inflicts cleave damage when... If you guys don't know what the ultimate does, removes buffs and stances from all enemies, then decreases all stats by 10% for 2 turns. Inflicts cleave damage, which does not result in a critical strike, equal to 429% of attack. And last but not least, every time ally uses a single target attack skill, all of the hero stats are increased by 6% for 3 turns, stacking up to 5 times. If 2 or more single target attack skills are used in a single turn, allies damage taken from enemies decreases by 8%, stacking up to 40%. And those second buffs do not remove, they are the grey buffs, so they are there permanently, which is why this character is so goddamn good, and especially in those longer activities like the Hasvalga raid, he can shine a lot more than you would expect him to. Jumping over to the ultimate, we do have him 2-6. I have spent a couple more gems trying to get a couple more dupes. It's really not going well for me. If you guys as well have summoned on Meliodas and are a little unfortunate, a little, unhappy with your summons, by all means, click the like button and subscribe. You can join the club. But going over to the equipment here, maxed out attack and crit rolls, and then jumping over to the closet, same situation as Escanor, he's completely maxed out. Watch him get a 5th headpiece before Assault Meliodas gets his 5th weapon. But anyways, this is the team we're using today. A little lower on the CC, my death pace is a little weaker than usual, and let's jump right into it. First opponent and Elizabeth King team. I feel as if though I've been definitely seeing the Elizabeth a little bit more as of recent, but I've actually been using this team a little bit off camera. Forfeit right off the bat. But like I was saying, I have been using this team a bunch off camera, and boy oh boy have I been having fun with it. I mean, pretty much any Ludo team, you're guaranteed to have a bunch of fun with. Also, one thing I might just add is, I know it is pretty much a 50-50 when it comes to this opinion, but the Meliodas skin, the one I'm wearing right now, is, no way, another forfeit, really? But yes, before we go ahead and get a 3rd forfeit, Meliodas skin, this black and red one, I probably prefer just a little bit more than the full black one where he's got the big suit. I don't know, they both are very, very good skins. I can completely understand why you'd prefer the other one. I don't know, also, why is Escanor just seeming to do so much damage to Meliodas? Could we also get a 1-tap with Meliodas here? Super, super close. Maybe if I had my Sariel maxed out when it comes to the rolls and costumes, maybe we could have 1-tapped there. Let's see, I mean, pretty good card RNG as well. And the Pierce card, even without just any Pierce food, any Lilia, anything of the sort, it still does such ridiculous damage. And it is in his kit entirely for the purpose of breaking King Shields, but even just having it as a damage card, just due to how ridiculous his substats are. If you aren't usually one to look at substats and whatnot, I would 100% recommend just looking at even just a newer unit, not necessarily an old unit, and then looking to Meliodas's, and they are just completely bizarre. Probably should have single targeted first just to get a little bit more damage. I was hoping we could kill... Oh, okay, perfect. We did leave one person alive for Meliodas to single target. I mean, just look at the damage. Type effective against everything is broken. And if you guys haven't managed to pull this Meliodas yet, or haven't, summoned, I would entirely recommend doing so. He is so extremely good in PvP, as you can see. I haven't tried him out in the bird raid as of yet, but when I do, I will definitely let you guys know how that goes. although that Meliodas is really scary, I do also want the True Seeker Melon dead. She's probably going to be... I feel like the blue True Seeker Melon does just an amazing job of just completely destroying most of the meta teams at the moment. Having that passive attacks disable, so extremely strong. But going back to that as Valkyrie, I still have to do a showcase going through stages 1, 2, and 3 with the King team. I'll probably try and get that out within the next couple of days, just so we can go ahead and then do the Meliodas and kind of compare between the two. In all honesty, I thought King would do a lot better, but from what I've heard, the Meliodas is just absurd. The extra tankiness from the grey buff, apparently it's absolutely cracked. Let's see here. Gets the... was that the debuff disable? Okay. Didn't throw out the double melon cards, which is leading me to thinking it's a bot. We'll go 1, 2, and 3, throwing out the double single target cards. Get a little bit more damage on our Meliodas, and we'll see how much the AoE can do. If it could kill Merlin, actually, I always seem to get those mixed up. Okay, so it was a single target card, just 300,000. Easy money, there's nothing you can really do about it. And a whole bunch of AoE cards. Can he finish? Who do we reckon? Actually, never mind. Jack of Light Goth is way tankier than Escanor. Losing the Escanor as well. That's whatever. As long as he can get off those 2 single targets in the first turn, that's all we really need him for. And having the boy Death Pierce come to front. Actually, he does have the debuff on Gothar. You know what? I honestly reckon we should be fine to throw out whatever. I'm hoping as well we can at least get 1 ultimate off in this showcase. Oh my god, he is just so absurd. Because in the actual last showcase, we didn't get it off any ultimates whatsoever, and that is entirely just due to how fast he just wipes teams. It only makes sense. And I have been saying this in pretty much all of our showcases, or all of our most recent videos, but if you guys do have any teams you want to see me use, even if it's not with the new Traitor Meliodas, by all means let me know. I'd be super interested in trying them out. I feel like pretty much this whole video though is just going to be this here. I've had a couple instances where certain units have been out-CC'd, have out-CC'd my Ludo, and I haven't got the defense-related stats debuff on them. It's still an extremely strong team. Just being able to get rid of a unit turn 1 is so amazing, and having his Barn come to the front without the debuff is kind of annoying. If Ludo's passive just applied to every unit for the first 3 turns they're in battle, I reckon he'd honestly move up a whole tier. Granted, he is so much weaker than what he was when he released, just due to the fact that I think he's in top 50 units when it comes to CC. Back when he released, I think it was top 2 or 3. The only real units that beat him were I could be completely wrong here. I know Fest King definitely did. I know Mark II Valenti is also extremely tanky. Let's go 1, 2, and 3. Just try and chip down mine as much as possible. I can almost guarantee you that the AoE will kill Kia there, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, absolutely no chance of critting Barn as well. He does have fairly good substat. I feel like if we had the Ludo debuff on him there, it should work. That's the single target before I get mixed up and just throw that at Gothar. Okay, perfect, yeah. I don't know why I get those cards mixed up so much. I've been using quite a bit in PvE as well. I really feel like using him along with a King Escanor team would do really good inside the... Let's go 1, 2, and 3. I feel like using those just 3 super powerful festivals would do really good inside of the gold farming and maybe inside of the super awakening farming as well. Granted, that is just thought they could do completely terrible. A Ludo King team. Okay, if we get out CC'd here, we could be in quite a bit of trouble. Out CCing once again, I feel like a couple days ago, I'm not sure if just because it was near the weekly reset, we were just versing non-stop 330,000 and above CC teams, and I was just getting mopped. Granted, I wasn't using the greatest of teams either. That is super unfortunate. Not getting a kill on King there. That's okay. Could we maybe... I'm gonna try on these last couple matches, try and rush the melee ultimate might be useful. Also having Ludo as well, especially since we've been seeing Goddess Liz, or at least I have a lot more as of recent. Having the Rupture card just to break the shields, huge relief, just especially since she blocks the skill effects when she puts up the shield. This Meliodas AoE, which is amazing for breaking the King shields, mind you, pretty much does nothing at all. Let's go 1, 2, and surely you can 1-tap Gothar, right? Surely you get the crit on Ludo as well. Perfect proc revive, and yeah, look at that. Gothar used to be so much a problem before, just because if you weren't using a red unit, it just felt like the damage you did on him was so much less than what you did to everyone else. And we could very well get an ultimate. Now, I do think it's a bot as well, so it's very unlikely
like, you know, they actually forfeit. You know, I reckon we go for it. I reckon we wait at the extra turn, just because it's very unlikely to have it happen at all, let alone in the last, like, it just in the next match. Really? Really not killing there? God damn, maybe I need to, who's my association for, it's Droll, okay. I do actually have Droll missing a weapon, and I pretty much haven't invested into like the actual cosmetic upgrading as well, so maybe I might have to do that, get his CC up just that little bit higher. Got the Meliodas ultimate here. Although mine is 2-6, pretty much every time I've used it, it's done fairly good. Like, he's one of those units where just the cards alone do so much. He's not like an old rush character. You don't really need to have him super high up. I mean, yeah, look, it's still super impressive, but like I said, by the time you get to the ultimate, the enemy team's pretty much dead. And onto the final opponent. Super long loading time, so yeah, I was expecting it to be a real player, but I did actually just have a look on YouTube, and we have had leaks for what we think is going to be the next unit being a Goddess Liz. And with the fact that we just had the Dark type release, everyone's guessing it's going to be a light type unit. I really hope they don't make Elizabeth the first light type. Like, I was fully on board with having my L. That is pretty much what I wanted. Maybe if we didn't have the one Escanor, maybe make him a light type, but just after what they did with the first Goddess Liz, just being this super annoying, just toxic, everyone hates her unit. I don't know. I would definitely like to see her be a little more offensive and just less annoying. With the amount of HP we've lost though, I don't think we can bring this one back. I think I'm pretty much... I really don't know what to do here. 1, 2, and if we can use this AoE just to get as much health back on Meliodas as possible, that would be... Ooh. Meliodas, I mean, Escanor not doing an awful lot to that shield. Okay, we did get the kill on King though. Surely that's more. Okay, got quite a bit of HP on Meliodas, and he's super close to the ultimate. Maybe we can bring this back? Going like second with LUDOCIEL instantly puts you at a huge disadvantage. Don't get me wrong, when you're going first, you've pretty much seen it throughout the whole video. He is just insanely good. Going second, it's a completely different story. Not actually seeing your opponent, it's a completely different story. He only has the debuff on Margaret, so should be able to kill Margaret fairly easily. Do have a bunch of Escanor and Ludo cards. With having them two die as well, we will have... Oh no, I thought for some reason I had the idea that I was using Barn in the back. Okay, maybe not as good as I thought, having those two die. If we had Barn in the back, especially with the Holy Relic, we'd be perfectly fine here. And that's pretty much Margaret back to full health. Who do I go for? I think we go single attack into Margaret, and we'll use the far left away just to, we're going to throw off ultimate first, just in case we get a Death Pierce card after the ultimate. They can merge and give us a little bit more card draw. If we could double crit, we would have killed Margaret. Okay, just look at him, like, even granted we do have Death Pierce next to him, but just by himself, level 1 cards is just something. King has amazing level 3 cards, as you saw, pretty much had like a powerful shield. The Escanor Flood card only took away half of it, but just what kind of unit does that at level 1? Like, granted the Pierce card is a card that, you know, does benefit a lot more from being level 1 than level 3. We have seen that for ages now, but even the single target, the Amplify as well. And it's not a card that just is good at level 1, like it scales up so much with the stars as well. Okay, we're holding in there. Does he have any extra attacks? And if Meliodas had survived there, in all honesty, we could have single target Escanor, thrown out the ultimate. I reckon that would have won us the game. Granted, he does actually have the level 3 Breath of Blast. Maybe not. There we go, and that just about does it for today's video. I mean, hey, super happy with how this team came out. Unfortunately, ending it off on a loss, but hey, what can you do? We pretty much dominate all the other matches, and as long as you are out CCing with this team, even if they are using Evade Food, which is probably best case scenario, especially when going up against Ludo, just having the 2 Escanor cards, even throwing out the 2 Escanor cards, although one of them doesn't hit, it still goes towards melee passive. He gets the 2 buffs, and then the Amplify should be enough to pretty much finish off that unit. Getting rid of a unit turn 1, like I said before, super important. But I mean, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please hit the like button, subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.